I told myself I'd let it fade, like all the promises we made. But every corner of my mind keeps rewinding time. I hear your name in passing wind, like it begins again. No matter how I try to hide, you're still inside. I thought I learned to let you go, but I still know. But I remember everything we were, every word, every hurt, even the way you turned away that day. And I can't erase what still remains, the love, the loss, the pain. It all comes back without a warning. I remember everything. I remember everything. The streets still echo what we said, like you're not really dead, just living somewhere out of reach, out of reach. I passed the places that we stood, like nothing understood, that we were never meant to last. The past, and I pretend I'm moving on, but it feels wrong. But I remember everything we were, every word, every hurt, even the way you turned away that day. And I can't erase what still remains, the love, the loss, the pain. It all comes back without a warning. I remember everything. I remember everything. If time was meant to heal the scars, why does it leave them hurt? Like every memory won't break or shake. Now I carry what survives of all those sleepless nights, and even silence can't redeem what you mean. I built my hope on fragile air, like you would always be right there. I trusted every word you said inside my head. I thought forever had a place inside your arms, inside your grace. But slowly everything we knew turned untrue. I kept believing we would stay, but you slipped away. You said it would last, but it didn't. You said we were fine, but you quit it. I held on tight while you let go, and now I know that every promise turned to dust, every yes lost trust, and what I thought would never end, but it didn't. I see it clearer every night, how I ignored the signs times I turned your silence into love. It wasn't enough. You were already halfway gone, while I still carried on, writing a future in my mind, left behind. And I was blind to what was true. While losing you, you said it wouldn't last, but it didn't. You said we were fine, but you quit it. I held on tight while you let go. And now I know that every promise turned to dust, every ace lost trust, and what I thought would never end. But it didn't. If love was meant to always stay, why did it fade away without a reason I could see for me? Now I carry what remains of quiet, endless pain, and even time can't make it right. What ended that night? The rain on the window sounds like your name, a whisper that cuts through the smoke and the flame. I reach for the pillow where you used to lie, but cold is the only thing staying the night. You said forever like it was a dare, dangle my heart in the cold open air. I built you a home from my bones and my trust. You held it like glass, then you let it turn to dust. Every promise was a river running dry. I watched you turn away without asking why. And I'm not a saint, I've made my mistakes, but I never once turned my back on your ache. I gave you my wounds, I gave you my fight. You gave me silence at the end of the night. I gave you love like a prayer in the dark. You gave me goodbye with a casual spark. I carved out my chest, laid it under your shoes. You walked on my heart like you had nothing to lose. Now I'm left with the ghost of a fool in the rain, who still whispers your name through the chains of the pain. I gave you love, real love, and you handed me shame. Remember the nights when I held back your hair, when you swore you were nothing, I told you you were rare. I memorized scars you never let anyone see. Now you're a stranger who used to be me. You packed up your laughter, left the echo of lies in the hollow apartment where your shadow still cries. I begged for a reason, you gave me a door, said love is in prison, then chained me to more. You wanted my tears just to prove they would fall. Well, congratulations, you broke it all. I gave you love like a prayer in the dark. You gave me goodbye with the casual spark. I carved out my chest, laid it under your shoes. You walked on my heart like you had nothing to lose. Now I'm left with the ghost of a fool in the rain, who still whispers your name through the chains of the pain. I gave you love, real love. You handed me shame. One day you wake up in somebody's bed and hear my voice in the words left unsaid. You look for my fingers in the curve of their hand and realize too late I take all the pieces, but don't want them back. They only remember the shape of your laugh. I'll learn to forget you one scar at a time, but the melody haunts me. You were never mine. Just rain on the window, just smoke in the air. Just a fool who believed you were still standing there. I gave you love, and you left it to die. The smell of rain on empty streets still brings you back to me, like memory refuses to fade or be delayed. I hear your voice in passing sound when no one's even around, like echoes learn to stay alive inside my mind. Time keeps moving, I stay still against my will. I remember everything we ever had, even the moments turning bad. Every laugh, every tear we tried to hide deep inside, and I can't seem to let it go. No matter how the seasons flow, it all comes rushing back again. I remember everything. The places we would always go still feel like they don't know that something there was torn in two when I lost you. I walk through pieces of our past where nothing seems to last, just shadows of a better day slipping away. And I pretend I'm moving on, but I'm not gone. I remember everything we ever had, even the moments turning bad. Every laugh, every tear we tried to hide deep inside, and I can't seem to let it go. No matter how the seasons flow, it all comes rushing back again. I remember everything. If memory could ever sleep, would my heart still keep the pieces that I try to bury so heavy? Now I carry what remains of soft and endless pain, and even time can't change the scene of what we've been. I held on longer than I should, believing it would do some good. I kept on building from the dust, from what was us. You gave me hope, then took it back, and I still filled the cracks, like I could fix what couldn't be between you and me. I kept pretending I was fine while losing losing time. I stayed for nothing in the end, just broken pieces I can't mend. Every promise turned to lies right before my eyes, and now I see it crystal clear. All I built just disappeared. I gave my heart, you let it fall. I stayed for nothing at all. I learned your silence by its tone. It cut deeper than a stone. You never had to say goodbye, you just let it die. I replay moments in my head, the words we never said, and all the signs I chose to hide from my pride. And I was lost inside your plan, I didn't understand. I stayed for nothing in the end, just broken pieces I can't mend. Every promise turned to lies right before my eyes, and now I see it crystal clear. All I built just disappeared. I gave my heart, you let it fall. I stayed for nothing at all. If love was meant to be enough, why did it turn so rough and leave me standing in the rain with all this pain? Now I carry what remains of quiet, endless pain, and even time won't set me free from what I see. I watch the colors slowly fade from all the plans we used to make, but I kept painting over cracks to bring us back. You stopped reaching for my hand, yet I still tried to understand why love felt colder every day, but I chose to stay. I heard the warning in the silence, but ignored the signs of distance. I stayed too long in a love already gone, holding on when I should've moved on, giving my heart to an empty place, chasing your trace. And now I'm left with all these scars, counting wishes on falling stars, wondering where I went wrong. I stayed too long. I kept believing every maybe, even when it couldn't save me. I turned your absence into hope just to cope. You were leaving inch by inch while I held tighter to the edge, afraid to face the truth I knew about me and you. I was fighting for yesterday while you slipped away. Stayed too long in a love already gone, holding on when I should've moved on, what love had shown. Some hearts leave long before they're gone. You said forever with a smile, like you believed it all the while. And somehow everything we built began to tilt. There was no storm, no final fight, just distance growing every night, until your voice became a sound I couldn't find. I keep retracing where we fell apart, searching every corner of my heart. I still don't understand why you had to go, how love so warm turned cold. One day you were holding my hand, the next I couldn't understand. And every answer that I try to find only leaves more questions in my mind. I'm still lost between the truth and then I still don't understand. The memories play like an old film reel, too vivid not to feel. Every promise echoes through the years, along with tears. I wonder if you ever think of me, or if you finally found your peace. Well, I'm still standing where you left, with nothing left. And time keeps moving on somehow, but I'm still asking now. I still don't understand why you had to go, how love so warm turned cold. One day you were holding my hand, the next I couldn't understand. And every answer that I try to find only leaves more questions in my mind. I'm still lost between the truth and then I still don't understand. Maybe some endings have no reason why. Maybe some goodbyes never explain themselves. But that doesn't stop my heart from wandering in the dark. Now the years have come and gone, yet this feeling lingers on, like a book that lost its final page, leaving me amazed. And though I know I must move on somehow, there's one thing I still ask about: what happened to us in the end? I say I'm fine when people ask me how I've been, but they don't see the war I'm living in. Your name still lingers in my everyday, like it never learned to fade away. I clear my room, but not my mind. Some memories refuse to be left behind. Even silence feels too loud when I'm standing in a missing crowd. I try to act like I've moved through, but every path still leads to you. I still love you in ways I can't explain, even through all this quiet pain. Even when I tell myself to stop, you're still the thought I can't drop. Time moves on, but I don't change. I'm still calling out your name, and no matter what still love you. I see your face in passing light, and strangers walking through my nights. Every laugh I try to fake still feels like something's gonna break. Friends don't ask what's really wrong, they just hear a broken song. But they don't know what stays inside a love I never learned to hide. I built a life around letting go, but you're the only thing I know. I still love you when I shouldn't care, when your shadow isn't there. Even if you never return, my heart still refuses to unlearn. I try to leave, I try to be free, but you still live inside of me, and I don't know what else to do. I still love you. I still love you. Maybe love doesn't follow rules or heal the way it's supposed to. Maybe it just stays and waits, even when it's too late. If moving on means letting go, then I don't think I'll ever know. Because some feelings don't break through, they just stay true. I still love you when the night falls down, when no one else is around, and every breath I take alone, you are still the place I've known. I don't know how to set it free when it's still a part of me, and even if I'm broken through, I still love you. And maybe some love never ends, it just learns how to pretend. The streets still know the way you walked, even when nobody talks. I pass the places we used to be, and they all remember more than me. Your laugh still lingers in the air, like it never stopped being there. I try to act like I've moved on, but every echo proves me wrong. Time keeps going, they say it heals, but it doesn't erase what I still feel. I still remember everything we were, every moment, every word. The way you looked at me that night, like we were always meant to survive. Even when I try to forget, you're the deepest part of me yet. And no matter how far I go, I still remember. I see your face in passing crowds, in quiet places way too loud. A simple sound, a random sign, and suddenly you're back in time. Friends don't ask what I've become, they just know I'm still undone. Like something broken never left, living inside my chest. I thought the years would make it fade, but some memories don't degrade. I still remember how it felt to stay before you slowly slipped away. Every promise, every trace still lives in your empty space. I move forward, but I don't know a scar that follows you no matter how far. And I'm still carrying what you gave, even if it fades. I still remember when you were mine, when we weren't running out of time. Now it's just a fading light that still shows up in my nights. I try to live, I try to be, but you're still a part of me, and I don't know what else to do. I still remember you. And maybe some stories never end, they just repeat inside again. The coffee's getting cold beside my bed, just like the promises we left unsaid. Another morning learning how to live with all this love and no one left to give. Your old jacket hangs behind the door. I should have packed it up years before, but every thread still feels like home in a house that's never felt so alone. I tell my friends I'm doing fine these days, but your memory always finds a way. I still talk about you when nobody asks, like you're a chapter I can't close in my past. Your name slips out in the middle of the night, but my heart still believes you'll make things right. Every story somehow leads back to us, to the love that time could never erase. Enough though you're gone and life keeps pulling me through, I still talk about you. I saw your favorite flowers bloom today, and for a second the hurt just drifted away. Then reality came rushing back again, like a storm I never learned to defend. The streets we walk don't look the same, but every corner still remembers your name. And every laugh I try to share feels incomplete when you're not there. Some people even slowly fade from view, but every road I take still runs to you. I still talk about you when nobody asks, like you're a photograph hidden in the cracks. I mention little things you used to do and smile before the sadness breaks through. Every memory shines and then turns blue, like the sky before the rain comes into view. No matter how much distance I've gone through, oh, I still talk about you. Maybe that's what love becomes sometimes, a collection of unfinished lines, a voice that lingers after goodbye, a silent reason for the tears we hide. If I could have one moment once again, I'd hold it longer than I did back then, because forever ended way too soon and left me speaking to an empty room. I still talk about you in whispered prayers, in lonely moments when no one's there. I tell the stars the things I wish you knew, and wonder if they carry them to you. The world keeps changing with each passing year, but your memory remains crystal clear. Some hearts move on, some hearts stay true, and light still carries pieces of you. The conversations never really end, they just become the echoes we pretend. And somewhere between the past and the truth, I'm still saving a place for you. street light flickers like it knows my name, like it's tired of watching the same old pain. I stand where you said you'd return someday, but someday keeps staying away. The clock moves on, but I don't follow. Every hour feels a little more hollow. I hear footsteps that never arrive, just echoes keeping me alive. I tell myself it's not too late, but I'm the only one who still waits. I still wait, like you're coming back, like time forgot to close the track. Every second pulls me through a world that doesn't lead to you. I know the truth, I feel the break, but I don't know how to escape. And even though it's clear and straight, I still wait. Your shadow fades in passing light, but I still see it every night. I talk to air like you are near, just to pretend you still appear. People pass and don't understand why I still hold out my hand, like love might turn around again and fix what never should have ended. Hope is heavy, slow to die. It lingers long after goodbye. I still wait in empty days, counting all the lost delays. Every hour I stay the same, whispering out your name. The world moves on, I hesitate, caught between love and fate, and I don't know how to break. I still wait. If waiting ever had a sound, it would echo all around. Not loud, not sharp, just always near, a quiet proof you're not here. Maybe one day I'll let go of the only love I know, but tonight I still believe you'll come back to me. I still wait where nothing grows, where only memory knows. Every silence feels like you, and everything I walk through. And even when the world says stop, my heart refuses to drop, because I cannot make that state. I still wait. And maybe some hearts don't move on, they just keep waiting when love is gone. I close my eyes and there you are, closer than the morning star. The world feels whole again somehow, like nothing ever broke us down. But when I wake, the truth comes in, and I remember where you've been. The bed is cold, the light is thin, and I'm alone again within. Sleep is the only place you stay, where you don't slowly fade away. You're in every dream I fall into, like my heart still belongs to you. Every night you come alive, in a world where we survive. I reach for you, you slip through me, like love I can't quite set free. And I don't know what's real or seen, but you're in every dream. talk like nothing changed at all. We laugh before the morning calls. You hold my hand like you used to do, like time forgot to take me from you. But daylight always steals you back and leaves my world in shades of black. I lie there staring at the wall, missing what I can't recall. Dreams are cruel in how they lie. They give you love just to say goodbye. You're in every dream when I'm asleep, in every promise that I keep. A version of us still remains, free from distance, free from pain. But I wake up and feel the loss of everything that love has cost, and I can't escape what I redeem. You're in every dream. If dreams were real beyond the night, I'd never step back into light. I'd stay where you still call my name, where nothing ever feels the same. But morning pulls me far away from everything I wish would stay, and I'm left with empty air, where you were just there. You're in every dream I can't control, in every piece of my broken soul. Every sleep becomes your trace, every night your saving grace. I try to move, I try to heal, but dreams remind me what is real, and I don't know how to redeem. You're in every dream. And when I wake, it hurts to see you only live inside of me. The sky falls quiet when I think of you, like it remembers what we went through. Every drop feels like your goodbye, slipping down from a broken sky. I stand outside when the world turns gray, hoping the clouds might say your name someday. But all they give me is cold and white, a lonely rhythm I can't hide. Even storms know how to stay long after love fades away. You're in every rain that touches my skin, like you never really left within. Every drop brings you back again to the place where we began. I try to run, I try to stay strong, but the weather still sings our song, and I can't escape what I still feel. You're in every rain that's real. Puddles hold reflections of your face, even when you've left this place. Thunder rolls like your fading voice, echoing every past choice. I walk these streets with soaked up pain, talking to the falling rain, like maybe it could understand the way I lost your hand. No umbrella can protect what memory won't forget. You're in every rain that falls tonight, turning silence into light. Every storm that passes through feels like it still belongs to you, and I stand still as it pours again, living inside what might have been. No matter where I try to go, maybe time will dry this pain or wash away your name again. But even then I know I'll feel the rain remembers what was real. You're in every rain that won't let go, in every heartbeat moving slow. Every storm becomes your trace, every drop becomes your face. And I don't know how to break free from the weather inside of me, because no matter what I try to do, you're in every rain I go through. And when the sky cries down on me, it still feels like you're here with me. In just one night, the sky was calm, nothing felt wrong. We were laughing like we'd always be strong. Your hand in mine, everything made sense, like love had finally dropped its defense. But hours can turn like a closing door, and nothing stays the same anymore. One moment we were perfectly fine, next moment you were no longer mine. I didn't see it coming through, how fast forever changed to through. In just one night it all fell apart. You left a silence inside my heart. No warning sign, no time to prepare, just empty space where you used to be there. I replay like a broken scene, trying to find what it might mean. But everything changed in a blink of light, in just one night. The morning came but not the same, it didn't whisper your sweet name. Your side of life already gone, like I was never holding on. I checked my phone like a habit still, hoping time might bend its will. But every second drags me down to a love that's no longer around. I thought we had more time to try, not a sudden last goodbye. In just one night you slipped away, and nothing I did could make you stay. The world kept turning like nothing broke. Well, I was learning how love can choke. I held on tight to what was gone, still believing we were strong. But everything ended out of sight in just one night. If I could freeze that falling hour, I'd rewrite fate with all my power. Say the words I should have said before the moment love turned dead. But time doesn't listen, it doesn't wait, it only teaches you it's too late. And I'm still stuck inside the night that changed my whole life. In just one night you disappeared, and every dream we built got cleared. No explanation, no turning back, just a life that went off track. And I don't know how to heal this part where you still live inside my heart, because everything broke out of sight in just one night. And I still wonder through the dark how one night can leave such a mark. The rain taps softly on my window tonight, bringing back shadows I tried hard to hide. I was doing alright for a little while, then I saw your memory wearing a smile. A song from our past filled the empty air, and suddenly it felt like you were there. For a moment the distance disappeared, and all the silence became crystal clear. I know you're gone, I know it's true, but my heart keeps finding its way to you. You come back in my mind like you never left, filling all the spaces where my soul still aches. Every little memory breathes you into life, turning old wounds into brand new nights. I reach for a ghost I can't hold anymore, still waiting by a long closed door. And every time I think I'm finally healed, your shadow reminds me what is real. The years have passed, but some things remain, like your name hidden inside the rain. I've met new faces, I've learned to pretend, but missing you never found an end. There are days when I almost feel free, then your laughter drifts across my memory. A simple moment, a passing view, and suddenly the whole world leads to you. Some loves fade into yesterday, but ours refuses to drift away. You come back in my mind like you never left, like the pages of our story still haven't reached the end. Every heartbeat whispers what I already know, and some goodbyes never truly let go. I keep finding pieces of you in everything, in every winter, every hopeful spring. No matter how far this road is led, you're still the voice inside my head. If memories could build a bridge tonight, I'd cross every mile beneath the moonlight, just to see your eyes one final time and tell you I've carried this love through every goodbye. Maybe that's why the pain remains, because love doesn't vanish when someone changes. It lingers quietly beneath the skin, a battle nobody else can win. You come back in my mind when the world grows still, like an unfinished dream that always will. Every tear I've cried, every prayer I've said, keeps bringing me back to the words we left unsaid. Though life keeps moving and the seasons have changed, the emptiness somehow stays the same. And in the silence between dusk and dawn, I find myself missing what is gone. The night grows older, the stars burn low, and there are things the heart will never outgrow. Somewhere beyond the reach of time and fate, a part of me will always hesitate. You smile like it meant forever, like nothing could pull us under. I believed every word you said, even the ones that now feel dead. We built a world out of fragile trust, then watched it slowly turn to dust. No warning, no sign to prepare, just empty space where you were there. I thought love was meant to heal, but I never knew how sharp it could feel. Love can be cruel when it knows your name. It pulls you close, then walks away the same. It builds you up just to watch you fall, then leaves you with nothing at all. I'm still learning what it means to lose a heart that never got to choose. And I never knew love could steal, until I learned how real it feels. things still live in quiet places, like frozen time and empty spaces. I move them just to feel less pain, but somehow you still remain. I tell myself I'll be alright, but I argue with the night, because memories don't fade clean. They haunt the spaces in between. I gave you all I had inside, but love has nowhere left to hide. Love can be cruel when it lets you stay just long enough to take you away. It speaks in promises, soft and sweet, then disappears beneath your feet. I thought it would always feel kind and true, but kindness was something it never knew. And now I see what I've been through. Love can be cruel. Love can be cruel. If love had a face, would it cry for me, or just walk past like it couldn't see? Maybe I was blind to the signs, reading hope between the lines. Some hearts don't break with sound or fight, they fade away in quiet nights. And I'm still here trying to repair a love that's no longer there. Love can be cruel in the way it ends, turning lovers into strangers and friends. No warning shot, no final call, just a silence that says it all. And I still feel what I can't undo, every piece of me tied to you, because I never knew what love could do until it became cruel. And maybe that's what love becomes in the end, a lesson that doesn't pretend. We used to talk until the morning light. Now I'm staring at a screen all night. Your messages stopped without a sign, like you erased yourself from my lifeline. I still catch myself saying your name, even though nothing feels the same. The space you left is loud and wide, a quiet storm I can't divide. We didn't fall with a crash or fight, we just dimmed out of each other's light. Love turned into silence between you and me. No more us, just memory. We used to be warm, now feel so cold, a story that nobody gets to hold. I keep listening for what's not there, like your voice is still hanging in the air. But all I hear is what we became, two hearts whispering in separate names. I walk past places we used to go, where every wall still seems to know the way we laughed, the way we stayed, before everything just faded away. Even the wind feels different now, like it remembers you somehow. And I pretend I'm moving on, but part of me is still holding on. No ending scene, no final word, just silence louder than ever heard. Love turned into silence slow and deep, where promises went off to sleep. No arguments, no goodbye kiss, just the echo of what we miss. I reach for you could ever speak for us, it would tell how we turned to dust. Not broken loud, not torn apart, just two soft, fading hearts. Maybe that's what hurts the most, to know how something real could let go slow. No fire left, no final fight, just darkness learning how to be night. Love turned into silence, and I still stay, listening for words that drifted away. Somewhere between goodbye and too late, we lost the language love creates. And I still feel you in what we shared, like silence proves you were once there. Even now when nothing remains, I hear your name in the quiet again. And silence is all that's left between us two, a love that stopped saying I love you. I still sit where you used to leave your light on, even though I know it's long gone. The clock keeps ticking like it's unaware that I'm still frozen in the air you shared. I check the door like a habit I can't break, for a step that never seems to take. Every sound makes my heart pretend that you might come back again. But hope feels like a tired lie that keeps me here but lets me die inside. I'm waiting for nothing, still I stay, counting hours that won't turn to day. Every minute feels like your name, echoing through an empty frame. I know you're gone, but I can't let go of a love that moves too slow. And I'm still here where you don't return, waiting for nothing while I burn. Your sweater still lies on my empty chair, like a memory that refuses to care. I talk to silence like it's you, knowing it won't answer to the world outside. Keeps moving fast, but I'm stuck inside what didn't last. Every dream I try to restart still pulls me back to where you are. I tell myself I'll be okay, but I don't believe a word I say. I'm waiting for nothing in the dark, still guarding the ruins of my heart. Every shadow looks like your face, every step just slows its pace. I reach for something that isn't real, but it's the only thing I still feel. And every night I fall apart, waiting for nothing in the dark. In the dark. If time could finally set me free, would I even know who I'd be without your ghost in every breath? Without this love that feels like death. But I stay because leaving hurts more than knocking once more on a closed door. Even when I know deep down there's no one left to turn around. I'm waiting for nothing, still I wait, living inside this quiet fate. Every hope I try to defend just circles back to where it ends. And maybe love was never meant to stay, but I couldn't let it fade away. So I remain where you don't return, waiting for nothing while I burn. And the hardest truth I've come to see, nothing is still waiting for me. the door, but you still come in the quiet under my skin. Every corner knows your trace, even time can erase your place. I act like I've moved far away, but you visit me every day. In the pauses between my thoughts and the memories I never forgot, I swear I let you go one night, but you still breathe in my mind. You are still there in everything I do, in every version I have of you, in the way my silence breaks in two. When I remember loving you, I try to run, I try to hide, but you're the echo I can't divide. And no matter how far I go, you are still there. I know the world keeps changing outside my door, but I don't feel it anymore. I smile, I talk, I play the part, while you still live inside my heart. Even strangers in passing light remind me of our endless nights. A word, a sound, a simple view turns everything back into you. I built new days to break the chain, but you return inside my veins. You are still there when no one sees, living in my memories. In every breath I try to take, in every choice I try to make. I thought that time would set me free, but you're still part of what I see, and I don't know how to repair. You are still there. Maybe love doesn't leave at all, it just stays after the fall. Not loud, not gone, not far away, just quietly refusing decay. If I could rewrite what we became, I'd still somehow call your name, because even pain can feel so true when it still belongs to you. You are still there in every night, in every fading bit of light, in the silence after sound, where pieces of you are still found. I try to live, I try to be, but you don't leave so easily, and I don't know what I should do, because you are still there too. Maybe some hearts never let go, they just keep what they already know. One day you were there like you always were, then suddenly silence replaced your words. No warning signs, no reason to explain, just empty space where your voice remains. I check my phone like it might be wrong, like you text back saying nothing's gone, but the truth was written in the air. You were here, then nowhere. I keep asking what I missed that day, but even time won't answer me that way. You just disappeared from my life, no trace, no final goodbye, no last embrace. Like you were a dream I couldn't keep, fading slowly while I couldn't speak. Now I'm talking to shadows where you used to be, trying just disappeared from there. Your favorite song still plays in my room, like it doesn't know you left too soon. I leave the light on out of habit still, hoping somehow you're walking until reality reminds me every time you're not coming back across that line. And I pretend I'm doing okay, but I'm just learning how to decay. No fight, no storm, no reason why, just a quiet kind of goodbye. You just disappeared like the morning mist, like you were never meant to exist. Now I hold on to pieces of air where your laughter used to be there. Every corner of me still remembers you and everything I say and do. And I'm lost in a world that feels unfair, because you just disappeared from there. If I could rewind that invisible break, I'd hold on tighter for both our sake. Ask the questions I never dared, say all the things I never prepared. But some endings don't give a sign, they just cross a hidden line, leaving echoes that never clear, of someone who isn't here. You just disappeared and I stayed the same, calling out softly your name. No closure to help me move on, just a presence that's suddenly gone. And I still feel you in the open air, like you might turn up anywhere. But all I find when I reach there is that you just disappeared. And the hardest truth I've learned to hear: some people vanish, yet stay near.